companies. So one of the structures which is a very popular structure is perhaps the vertical structure, which is everywhere available. In whichever organization you will go, you will be having a vertical structure. In vertical structure, let us say that you have the president sales, you have the vice president sales, then you have the chief executive sales, regional executives, then area executives, then it goes on. So in the vertical system, what happens that you have the top-down approach. In top-down approach, whatever policies have been decided by the top management will be percolated down to the sales people and to the sales representatives who are really responsible for selling the product. So the one is that top-down, one is top-down approach, and another one is going to be the horizontal approach, which is also called, this is top-down approach is also called as vertical. And horizontal, in horizontal approach of forming sales teams, what happens that you are going to have the different sales teams. So let us say this is sales team 1, this is sales team 2, this is sales team 3, and this is sales team 4. Now all these sales teams do have a common reporting officer. Perhaps it may be, let us say, the sales executive. The sales executive, or you may say that area sales executive. So within an area sales executive, you do have 4 teams. And these 4 teams can be organized in reference to area, in reference to product, in reference to clients. So if you are having, let us say there are 4 accounts. So you can have the 4 sales teams. You can have 4 sales teams. If you do have the 4 areas within one large area, okay, 4 areas within one large area, then you see for those micro areas, you can constitute a sales team. And these sales team, one of the characteristics of horizontal sales force is that you do have an autonomy for the sales teams. Sales team is having an autonomy. It can decide that what strategies it can apply, how really it has to approach the client, and how it has to approach the organizations for selling the products. So in this process, you have the autonomy, but you see there is going to be an integration. You are going to have the integration between the sales teams. So whatever the sales team decide, they are going to share among themselves, and all these sales teams are going to report to one person. So instead of reporting individually the sales executives, sales people, the teams are going to report. And this is much easier for monitoring. This is much easier for evaluating the performance, because this is going to be the sales unit. The sales unit constitutes, let us say, 4 salespeople, in which one salesperson is having the specialization in the product, another salesperson is having specialization in services, another salesperson is having specialization in application of your product, that how really your product need to be applied in the organizational environment or organizational conditions. So in horizontal sales force, largely you will provide autonomy to the sales force, where there is going to be more confidence among the sales people, because the sales people are going to design their own strategies within the broad framework of your organizational policies. So you have a company, you have decided the broad framework saying that, well, you can approach the client, then you can negotiate with clients with these parameters. And if you want to take a decision at your own, you can take decision on these functions within the range given to you. So if you want to provide a price discount, what exactly is your limits? You know that. So you need not run for an approval to your higher authorities saying that, you see, I have promised about 10% sales discount. Should I give it or not? You should not get a clarification, because because you do have the autonomy to take a decision within the given ranges. So this is one of the very important, and perhaps you see this is going to be a very innovative sales structure strategy, where you are going to have the sales teams functioning in a given area independently, so that they will be having a better understanding of the market, better understanding of the organizations, their accounts, and perhaps they will be having the freedom to exercise their ideas to do that. And this is also associated with another aspect, where you see you give the autonomy and you ask them that you see design your own approaches, and this is called as Kaizen. This is called as Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese word which is a combination of two words, Kai and Zen. Kai means continuous. Kai means continuous, and Zen means improvement. Improvement. So these teams can exercise Kaizen at their own. And these teams will have a kind of zeal, a kind of spirit all the time to work by themselves. Otherwise, in vertical system, what happens? Always you have to look for the strategies, the policies to be framed at a top management, considering or assuming that what exactly a salesperson requires in the market. You may not be really consulting a salesperson, but you see, you are imagining sitting in an air-conditioned room, and then you think that you see, well, whatever I say is going to be the most effective one for the salesperson. But sometimes that works, sometimes that may not work. And in general experiences, most of the time it doesn't work. That is the reason that most of the salespeople do have the dissatisfaction. When they do have the dissatisfaction, they get frustrated. And once they get frustrated, perhaps you see, they are not well committed to their task. So, one of the good innovative approaches for organizing your sales force is in teams, in reference to products, in reference to clients, in reference to areas. And if you are going to put a team, maybe team means what? Is more than one person. If you are putting two persons together, at least two brains will shatter. Then you see it is going to have the better churning of the ideas, and you see they can provide the good performance to the company. Then another issue here is that about the coordination between lines of activity and within the line of activity. What exactly the lines of activity? You have prescribed these are the lines of activity, saying that you have to attend to a customer, you have to provide him information, then you have to negotiate with him for a win-win situation, then you have to discuss his own problems, the buyer's problems, and you have to provide the best solution and look for the post-sales relationship. These are all the lines of activity. In these lines of activity, you do have the coordination. You do have the coordination. And if you look at the lines of activities in a sales organization, not for a salesperson. If you are looking at the coordination for the entire organization, means that you are having different departments. You are having production department, you are having marketing department, administration department, and generally I say that the sales people are always at the bottom of the pyramid. Always at the bottom of the pyramid. On the top, you do have research and development, then you see you do have production people. After the production people, you do have what you call marketing. After the marketing, you do have administration or something, and then you see at the bottom, you do have the salespeople. Well, salespeople are that particular category of personnel who just receive the product and have the responsibility to deliver to the client. You do not know exactly what research and development people have thought about manufacturing the product, how they have assessed the requirement of the consumers or the clients, but what you receive only the finished product. You are at the end. So, now the coordination between the lines of activity, if you take from an organizational perspective, you do have the research and development, production, marketing, administration, finance as the lines of activities. So, you should have the coordination among these lines of activities, plus you should also have the coordination within your line of activity. So, this is one of the very crucial issues that organizations particularly follow. But most of the organizations, they fail. Because salespeople, what they say, marketing people may not understand. Whatever salespeople will convey, production people may not understand, because you are at the bottom line. You interface with the consumer, with the client. And as a salesperson, if I go to an organization and then I interact with them, they talk about rubbish about my product. They say that your product is not good, it is not performing well, it is not user friendly, 1,000 things they are going to say, and I am going to take note of it. After that, if I am passing this information to the production people, our marketing people, our business administration people, the important issue is that how much weightage is given by those people on the information of the consumers that I have provided.